Hi and welcome to Hallie's Creations. Today we are going to work on this cute patriotic wreath. I picked up the insert, so I adjust the frame here, from the Dollar Tree, as well as most of the materials, as well as the frame. So I'm just showing you here quickly some of the materials that I have that you can use. Use your imagination when you're out there shopping, because you can come up with all kinds of cute ideas for the different wreaths and stuff, and you can take this wreath and you can make any type of style you want with it. So with that, without any further ado, let's do this. Again, welcome to Hallie's Creations, and I'm Hallie. So here we go. First, we're going to use the proper tools. I'm just showing you how I'm taking the yard sale sign apart, because I'm going to use the little gnomes for the centerpiece for the wreath. And again, I picked these up at the Dollar Tree for how much? $1.25. Right. So we're going to remove the staples from this and get it cleaned up. And I'm also going to burn a couple little holes in there, because we're going to use zip ties to make this wreath. Reason we use zip ties, I live in Arizona. It gets really hot, and I have learned that when I use the glue sticks, it melts. So I've decided there's got to be a way to make it last. And this is what I've come up with. So using the zip ties just makes it last a lot better. And you might say to yourself, well, why can't I just tie them directly to the frame? You could, but you don't get that pop as if you were to invest maybe $1.25 into a package of zip ties. They're quicker, easier. You don't get that bulk from the tie from tying your ribbons on, and it just looks a lot, pops a little bit more. So with that, we are going to zip tie this onto the metal frame. I am doing it to the side because I wanted it to wrap a little bit, and you're going to see that as well. And while we're doing this, I'll be back. So right here I'm showing you how I just used my little soldering iron to make the holes, because wood burns, or you can use a drill, a hole punch, whatever. Don't know if a hole punch would work on this because it's a little thick, but you never know. So anyway, I have the holes in here now. Now I'm going to zip tie it, and I sped this section up because otherwise we'd be here all day. So to show you the technique and what we're doing, I just kind of speeded it up just a little bit. Trying to decide where I'm going to put it here, and we're just going to zip tie it. And what I do is the little knots that are on your zip ties, I always roll those to the back of the form. Here's something that I was thinking of the other night. I'm not going to do it with this one because I gave this one away to one of my neighbors, but in the future, I'm going to show you how to make a two-sided wreath. Wow. Yeah, I got to think, well, if I made a two-sided wreath, I could have one like for the summer, which would be for the 4th of July, and then you flip it over, and it would be for, that autumn, fall coming in, or even like a summer vibe. And then we could do that for the other holidays as well. You could have like a Thanksgiving wreath on one side, and on the other side, you could flip it for Christmas. And it should look pretty cool because it'll be full and fluffy. So that's what we're going to do there. But on this one, we're using the Patriotic ribbon. I picked this ribbon up a few years ago, and I know they still sell ribbon like this all over the place. But I picked this up at Michael's after the holidays. Remember, after the holidays, you can usually get something for 75 to 90% off. If you go shortly after the holiday, you're going to get more of a selection, as to where if you go like a few weeks after, then they really blow it out at the 80 and 90%. So here we're doing all the way around. And you notice here, on the frame there's sections, right? So what I'm doing is showing you, like on each section, I'm working the ribbon on each frame. That way it gives it that fullness and that pop. So that's what we're going to do here. We're just going to take 2 ribbons, zip tie it, cut it a little bit longer than what you think you need. Usually 7 to 8 inches is really good on this particular wreath size form, and it gives it that pop and that dimension. So I'm going to go through here and do that all the way around. Have a spot of coffee, and I'll be back. Hey, while you're thinking of it, before I bounce off here, if you are enjoying these shares, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're watching this on Facebook, like and follow. So, because I do have a Hallie's Creation channel on Facebook as well, and TikTok and Insta. So anyway, yeah, getting it out there. So anyway, don't forget to do that if you are enjoying these shares. And with that, I'll be back. With that being shared, we're going to continue to put more ribbon on here, and you can do 2 deep or 3 deep. That's going to give it that twist and that pop depending on the pattern and what you're feeling, and just work it all the way around your frame. If you're into making jewelry, you want to learn how to paint, different kind of painting out there. There's palette painting, there's brush painting, there's watercolors, there's oil painting, acrylic painting, all kinds of painting. And I tried them all because they're fun to do. So, and I'm retired now, so I have time to play. Check out my playlist, because I have several different playlists on my channel that will give you, like how we're doing here, just kind of sharing the process with you, kind of talking you through it and giving you those tips that I have learned along the way. So we have on the playlist several different ones. Again, like I shared, I have painting on glass. We have making the wreaths, DIY projects that I've done, making jewelry frames, the digital painting like I have up here behind me. The wreath here is done with the cork wreaths and such. So there's all kinds of things that you can do. The little bottle back here, that's bottle art. This one is like one of my faves because it's just so simple and easy to do. And you do this with the Mod Podge and a napkin, if you can believe that. And you just embellish it and you know, put the corks on there. And if you go, well, Hallie, I don't drink wine. How am I going to get these bottles? Do the same thing I do, because I'm not allowed to have wine anymore or anything like that at all, because my esophagus being bad. And if you follow my other channel, you'll know about what I deal with GERD. So with that being said, my neighbors totally hook me up with corks, and my friends with corks and wine bottles and anything. Pretty much sometimes I have to say, no, I don't need any more. So if you put the word out there, they will hook you up with that. So checking out the little things that I'm showing down here as far as the different projects that we have, that's just a sample of the different videos that are on my channel that you can learn how to make. So don't forget to like and subscribe so that you're notified, for you'll be notified when new projects do come up and stuff. I'm a little sporadic here and there because I'm kind of creative and I do things in my own time, and then I edit them out for they look nice for you can follow them, and then I post them up there for you. So if you want to be part of my community, do that, okay? Because you never know what I'm going to do and what I'm going to make. So I just kind of video record and yada yada, and there you go. So there's jewelry on there, how to make simple jewelry and things like that as well. So there's just all kinds of different projects you can do. So moving forward on this wreath, we are still zip tying these on. So yes, it takes a little bit of time, but it's relaxing and it's easy to do. And once you do it a few times, it's going to be easy. Don't try to fluff it out or anything until you're done. So get your ribbon on there the way you want it. Lay your flowers on there the way you want it. And then what you're going to do is zip tie your flowers in, and then twist and pop and fluff out your ribbon. And then you're going to trim your ribbon. So don't trim your ribbon until you're done. Wait until you're totally finished. Because as I've shared all my other previous, it's easier, measure twice, cut once, because you can't put it back on once you cut it. It's like cutting your bangs too short. You're stuck with it for a while. So with that being said, the ribbon I picked up at Michael's, I think I got that 90% off. I shared that earlier. And then the little signs in the form, the Dollar Tree. And they do come up with these wreaths they carry all the time at the Dollar Tree. The little seasonal gnomes and things like that for the holidays, they're pretty good about carrying those too. So that's pretty easy to get from the Dollar Tree. Then the flowers and stuff, you can pick them up anywhere. Just for me, I like to make sure they're quality, that they look good. I don't want to be putting on junk, I want it to look nice. So I make sure it's a nice little quality flower. And if you're buying red, white, blue, green, you can get those after Christmas, usually 90% off, 75 to 90% off, because they blow them out at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby blows them out a lot faster than Michael's does, just FYI. And then, and you can even do that online if you're going, well, there's no Michael's or Hobby Lobby around me. Well, usually $50 you get free shipping. And sometimes they'll not even have you have a minimum. And shipping usually is what you would pay for gas to go to the store anyway. So there's that. You can get them online. Amazon. I do a lot of shopping on Amazon. So here is one of the videos that I was telling you about. This is showing you some of the different projects that I do on my channel. And I really do hope that you do just decide to subscribe and so you're notified, because you just, like I said, never know what I'm going to share. There's some bridal bouquets on there. There's some on those glass paintings. I actually show you how to make those into candles, and I do the soy wax versus the regular wax because I am highly allergic to perfume and oils in the candles. So I learned to be creative. So on my candles, I know I'm rambling a little bit too much, but oh well, I'm sorry. But on my candles, I use peppermint oil or the vanilla extract that you cook with, and that gives you a real nice scent. And it doesn't give you the oils or anything because that's natural. So the soy wax, melt it in the microwave, stir it in there, pop it in. You can even crush some peppermint candies on top with the peppermint. It looks really cool. And then I also show you how to do the wax melts, which are just basically your candy melts. You put in the wax in there and you can punch a little hole in there, and it looks really cute too. So those are some of the things I do on my playlist on my channel. So with that being said, we're going to go through here now. I'm going to trim up some of these ribbons, and then we're going to twist and fluff. I'm kind of giving you an idea what it looks like. Now see how you see all the gaps in there right now because you haven't twisted and fluffed it yet. So once you twist and fluff it, you're not going to see those gaps. And then the little gaps you do see, you go in and you put more ribbon in there, and you're also going to put your flowers. And yes, you can zip tie your flowers into, you don't have to glue them. You can glue them if you want, but you can zip tie the stems right into it. So kind of lay your flowers out how you want, got to get a visual on it, and then commit. kind of commit afterwards. Another little reminder as we're talking is I do have another channel that I like to share with you. I'm sort of excited about. I started it not quite a year ago. I was doing little shares on Instagram, and I decided to flip that over to YouTube. It's called Real Talk with Hallie Jolitz. I wanted it to be Real Talk with Hallie, keep it simple, but I couldn't do that because that was already used. So Real Talk with Hallie Jolitz, and it's about life's lessons from a biblical perspective. So it's me sharing the word, sharing my life's experience with you. So I just kind of bare my soul. I'm kind of real with you, and I kind of share what God's done in my life. I also do little Bible study, little Bible shares, and things like that. And the most recent one I did was I actually did my testimony on there. And the one prior to that, I did the Roman Road to Salvation. So that was kind of cool. And then we have like the book of Proverbs I went through. And then I also have just life's different things we deal with in life with a biblical perspective that I shared. Like with how to, how to deal with money and stuff like that. How to deal with adult children that don't listen. You think when they grow up they're going to listen? Sometimes they do. They sometimes they don't. But anyway, so check out that channel, and it's down in my description, so you can just click it, or you can even just go on YouTube and put it in there. But yeah, it's there. So Real Talk with Hallie Jolitz is my other channel that I have that I invite you to come check out. And now we're going to bounce back to this after I have a spot of coffee. So now that we're adding on our flowers, I do want to remind you, when you are cutting your florals with those wire stems, get yourself a nice set of wire cutters that will, heavy duty ones that you can cut those with. And then also I'm accenting this with some cute white ribbon in here as well, just to give it that little extra pop and fluff. So you play with it, kind of step back and look at it, fluff it all out, and you're good to go. So with that being said, we're going to trim this all up, and we're going to just twist and fluff and fluff and fluff and put in the flowers, and we're good to go. So yeah, don't know what else to tell you. It's pretty easy to do. So you have zip ties, your wreath form, your cute little insert that you're going to do, and you can use the yardsticks or the ones that are hanging. So, or, you know, kind of shows you that if you see something you like, you can kind of take it apart and make it work for you. We're going to do the flowers on this one, and with some Patriotic bling bling on there with the little stars and stuff. And that's pretty much the materials that you'll need for this. Takes about, I'm going to say, maybe an hour if you're really dilly-dallying and playing with it to make. And it's pretty easy peasy. And once you get the feel for how to make them like this, you can make any wreath you want in any style you want. And we'll be doing more wreaths for the holidays and seasons, because that's my jam. That's what I do, as well as some other projects and stuff that you'll see. So don't forget to subscribe, set your notify, so you don't miss out on future shares. And with that being said, I'm going to bounce off again and just let you kind of watch the process here, and I'll be back. So now we are going to flip this over and we're going to secure it with some glue. Oh, I said I wasn't going to use glue on this, didn't I? It's just a little bit of glue just to kind of secure it. And you don't have to do that. It's just a little added insurance. So you can just kind of go on the back, and if you want to secure things just a little bit more, it's okay. You can use your glue gun if you want. So that's what we're doing here. And that's pretty much it. Then we're done with the recording. We're done with how to make this project. So until next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you. Thank you for hanging out with me at Hallie's Creation. I hope you really enjoyed this little project here. And until next time, have a good day and a better tomorrow. And peace out. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe and set your notify if you do want to see future shares. Bye.